All right, we're going to talk about some payroll deductions here. All right, so gross pay, which is what we talked about before, is your pay before deductions. Net pay is after your deductions, so that's actually what you take home. Okay, so the four basic required deductions are federal income tax, state income tax, Social Security tax, and Medicare tax. Social Security and Medicare tax combined together is what is called FICA, F-I-C-A. Okay, these are the four main required ones that almost every state requires. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Non-required deductions that they need your written approval for are things such as like union dues, charity donations, insurance, or retirement plans. When they're calculating your federal income tax, the first thing you need to know is, why do we even pay it? We pay it because the money goes toward things like military, roads, parks, federal aid programs, things like that, student loans, etc. So when you get a job, you're going to fill out what's called a W-4 form. On that, you're going to file your status. This means you're going to determine whether you're married or single and how many allowances you have. And the more allowances you claim, the less money they will take out. So when they're calculating your federal income tax based on your gross pay, they're going to use a table. One for single and one for married. And notice that these say married and single, and then they say weekly, because we're going to be dealing with weekly wages. Okay, so let's say we have a married person with one allowance, gross pay of $197. Their federal income tax is $3. So how did we find that? We go to the married table. We find the one allowance column. We look for the range where our 197 fits in between. Our 197 is greater than 195, but less than 200. Okay, and then you go to that column where the 1 is, and we find that our federal income tax is $3. State income tax covers things like schools, emergency responders such as police, firefighters, roads, parks, hospitals, etc. And when I say like roads for both federal and state, the city roads and things like that is covered by your state, whereas like your major interstates are covered usually by federal. Changes, the state income tax rate changes for each state. Some don't even have it. Like I know my brother lives in Texas and they don't pay state tax. Now they pay a lot in property taxes, but they don't pay in state tax. Let's say the state tax rate is 3%. This will change for almost every assignment you have, so make sure you read your directions carefully. So it's 3% or 0.03. How did I find that? I took 3 and divided by 100. Okay, so you're going to take your gross pay times your state rate tax. So if our gross pay is still $197 like it was for federal, we're going to take it times 0.03, giving us $5.91. Social Security tax is for retirement, disability benefits, etc., that kind of thing. There's a lot that goes into it. You can do a lot of research on it. It's not a bad idea. The Social Security tax rate is 6.2%. Okay, so your gross pay times that Social Security tax rate, giving us a 197 times 0.062, gives us $12.21 that we're paying in Social Security tax. Okay, Medicare tax is medical insurance for the elderly. I believe it's once you hit 65, you qualify for Medicare. The Medicare tax rate is 1.45%, and you're going to take your gross pay times your Medicare tax rate. That's you're going to take $197 times 0.0145, giving us a $2.86 that we will pay in Medicare tax. To find our net pay, we just simply take our gross pay minus our deductions. So we take that gross pay of $197, we minus the $3 for our federal, the $591 for state, the $1221 for Social Security, and the $286 for Medicare, and we end up taking home a net pay of $173.02.